All right, so one thing you have to do before you start building anything is actually create your space to work. So that's what we're doing here. So one of the things we're going to be doing is using logs and bigger timbers. So this is just one piece of the support that we're going to use to saw logs on. Logs like that guy or one of these dudes. Doesn't matter. We need something that can support the weight to hold it up. So that's what we're going to be doing with this. We're going to make 3 more, and then we'll join them with some other boards so they stand upright, and that'll be it. So we have a place to start sawing logs and start using a draw knife and stuff like that so we can remove the bark. It's coming along. It's doing good. I'm pretty happy. It's a very nice day. No snow so far, no rain, and the ground pretty damn hard. So I'm sure you're wondering, for those of you who don't do any carpentry, how you do this. Basically, you cut out a section of each one, and then you basically just lap them over each other. Use a nail on each side just to hold them together, give it some shear strength, because nails have a lot higher shear strength than screws. And then use 2 screws on each board to really mate them, and it's a pretty solid little you know, I don't know what the fuck you call this, but I've seen pictures of them. We've used them before. It's just a 4x2 4x4s. Pretty easy, pretty simple, pretty robust. Can't break them. So all I'm doing is taking my circular saw at a depth of 1.75 inches, as you can see from the indicator, and just making lots of little cuts. So I'm going to make some more, one in here, one in here, one in here, and one in here. And then once I'm done making the cuts, I'll take the butt of the axe or hatchet and just smack them, and that'll knock out the wood. So then we can start doing the half lap joints. Okay, as you can see, we have all of our cuts made. I'm going to try and do this one-handed, but now we're going to knock out these. As you can tell already, they're pretty easy to break. So let's just, all you just got to do is hit them. Let's see, get this last one. All right, then you just got to use the axe and knock out those chunks, because as you can see, it's not flush, it's not level. It doesn't need to be perfect. Obviously, you can spend a lot more time and make it really nice, but for the most part out here, it just needs to go together. I mean, as you can see, there's not tons of like space, and who cares? This is cheap pallet wood that I got for free. I don't really give a shit about it. It just needs to work. All right, so we are going to connect them. Here's the top notch. We're going to connect them using a board going across, supporting on the bottom of the cross member. So we're going to use 3 structural screws and 1 nail to give it that shear strength. And we're going to do the same on that side, on that end. And then on the other side, down below, well below for right now, we're going to put another board. That way when we mount a log and we're using the chainsaw, it doesn't matter if there's a whole lot of vertical, well I should say downward pressure and lateral pull from the chainsaw, this thing shouldn't shift around too much. It should be okay to hold, you know, several hundred pounds at the very least. But pine does break, as you can see here. Motherfucker just broke on me. So if you're using pallet wood, just know it's going to break at some point. All right, as soon as you finish mounting your support boards, this thing is pretty much ready to go. You don't have to have the upper part so tall. I'm probably going to knock those down a bit. But yeah, this thing is pretty sturdy. It's not really going to move a whole lot when we mount a log. Even if it does, it has a lot of, has a decent amount of strength. It has an okay amount of strength. But yeah, this is just scrap wood, pallet wood, shit I found in dumpsters. The only real cost of this was a box of screws, a couple of nails. So this little log here is going to be a signpost that I'm going to put in the ground, and I'm just using this little S-wing to give myself a point on one side. from when I put it in the ground. And as you can see, this thing is just not moving. Granted, this is not a big log, but it is frozen. There is water throughout this whole thing. But yeah, hasn't moved. It works pretty good. So if you find yourself needing to do this kind of work wherever you live, it's a cheap design. It works, and I hope you get to make one of your own. Have some fun with it. All right, well, we're all buttoned up, ready for the week. Snow's starting to fall down. Everyone's acting like it's never fucking snowed before, but whatever. Made a couple signposts for our no hunting, no trespassing signs we got to put on the more remote parts of the property, but it's turning out pretty good. The ground is actually not heaving too much from the freeze thaw, so we're pretty excited with the spot we've picked, and it's gonna be pretty good.